How to watch. Friday U.S. United States-France game will be broadcast by Fox Sports, English, and Telemundo, Spanish, in the United States. Kickoff is promptly at 3 p.m. To find out who has the television rights where you are, click here. United States starting lineup: Alyssa Nair, Crystal Dunn, Becky Sauerbrunn, Abby Dahlkemper, Kelly O'Hara, Julie Ertz, Samantha Mewis, Rose Lavelle, Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan, Tobin Heath. France starting lineup: Sarah Bahati, Marion Torrent, Grijsbach Bathie, Wendy Renard, Amel Majri, Elise Busaglia, Ga Thainthini, Amandine Henry, Kadidayatu Diani, Vol copyright Re Gavin, U copyright Niall E. Sommer. Analysis: the biggest news in today's lineups is that Lindsey Horan, the Americansa-French-trained midfielder, cannot find a place in the midfield. United States coach Jill Ellis, a creature of habit, sticks with her three-person midfield of Julie Ertz, Sam Mewis and Rose Lavelle. This is, in part, a problem of Elisa's embarrassment of riches in midfield, and her steadfast devotion to a 4-3-3 formation. In that, there is simply no room for Ertz, Mewis and Horan. Lavelle, a different kind of midfielder, a more creative type, was always going to claim one of the three places. Does that mean Horan gets the day off? Probably not. With the heat, we may even see her earlier than when she appeared against Spain the other day. But it's hard to argue against Ertz and Mewis, who has been phenomenal in France. For France, Corinne Diacre also sticks with the team that got her here. Keep an eye on Diani, who will probably try to test Crystal Dunn early and often on the right, and L.E. Sommer, a predatory finisher who always seems to appear right where she needs to be right when she needs to be there. The Americans will try to take the game to France. They have scored in the first 15 minutes of every game at the World Cup, and doing so tonight will only increase the pressure on Diacre's players. But the Americansa hyper-aggressive style has risks. France is good enough to counter quickly, and has the finishers to punish opponents who stray too far upfield. Our preview of today's match lays out a compelling case for each team to win today. A sampling. Why the United States will win. The French can take some confidence from their victory over the United States in a January friendly. But there is a big difference between an off-season exhibition match with several regulars missing and a World Cup quarterfinal with a veteran team purring like a finely tuned sports car. A team that can attack with as many as 8 players at once when its fullbacks, Crystal Dunn and Kelly O'Hara, are fully engaged. A team that has, at last, seen its goalkeeper, Alyssa Nair, tested in a big game. A team that can sense the world shifting, the European nations rising, and wants no part of being the American side that lets the programma's flag dip. What people tend to not realize is the U.S. team lives in pressure, a United States coach Jill Ellis said. When you are young and you come into this program, there is always a target on your back. So it's almost a place where we live regularly. Yeah, this is a big game, and I think the players know that. But I also think it's that expectation of being ready for this moment. We talk a lot about it. They are wired for this. They are built for this. Why France will win. Sure, getting to the quarterfinals has not been a waltz for coach Corinne Diacre and her team, and getting past the United States will not be any easier. But there are reasons, beyond a home crowd and a perceived destiny that France has to win a Women's World Cup sometime, to think the hosts have a real chance on Friday. The centre-backs Wendy Renard and Grijsbach Bathie, teammates for club and country, are a formidable barrier to any attack, especially one led by, a possibly injured, Alex Morgan, who was battered by Spain in her last game. Kadidayatu Diani offers a dangerous threat on the wing, especially if France counters quickly against a United States team programmed to attack en masse, and U copyright Niall E. Sommer, Amandine Henry and Vol copyright Re Gavin have shown themselves to be capable finishers. They are the reigning champions. The U.S.A got a great trophy case, we still got a lot to prove, A. Henry said Thursday. But I think we've played very well over the past 18 months. We're well aware of our abilities. We want to show that tomorrow. And I think that we can go toe-to-toe with this side. I think we can beat them. We've already shown that. We need to do that in this competition itself. Read the whole piece here. A heat wave stretching across Europe this week has killed several people and set off wildfires, including one in Spain sparked by manure that spontaneously combusted. Those conditions produced a record high temperature of nearly 112 degrees Fahrenheit in France on Thursday. Friday may be even hotter. The good news for the teams is that Friday's game at Parc des Princes in Paris will kick off at 9 p.m. local time, which is expected to moderate the worst of the weather slightly. But both sides are expecting brutal conditions. France's coach, Corinne Diacre, and captain, Amandine Henry, were asked about the high temperatures several times in their final news conference ahead of the match, but while both talked about the need to prepare differently and take on more fluids than usual, each dismissed the temperature as an overriding concern. We know that it's very hot at the moment, but you can't moan about that, Henry said. It's the same for both sides. Still, the heat could be an issue. The United States is the oldest team in the field, and it has had one fewer day of rest than France since the round of 16. United States coach Jill Ellis raised some eyebrows during Monday's game against Spain just as the heat wave was starting to build when she curiously, inexplicably, failed to insert a sub until after the 80th minute. Ellis may not have that luxury on Friday, but, fortunately for her, she has the deepest bench in the field to call upon if she wants some fresh legs. United States striker Jessica McDonald, who made her World Cup debut at age 31 when she came on as a substitute against Chile in the group stage, is the only mom on the American team. Her 7-year-old son, Jeremiah, finally arrived in France on Wednesday, and she posted a sweet video of their reunion on social media that day. Many of the American players have had friends and family in tow at the World Cup, but a few, notably Carly Lloyd, prefer to keep loved ones away while they are, in Lloyd's words, at work. McDonald is not expected to play against France, but Jeremiah will be front and center in the stands at Parc des Princes today. You probably will be able to spot him by his jersey. That France's World Cup dreams hinge on today's result against the United States goes without saying. But its hopes of playing in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics are in play as well. Europe's Soccer Confederation, UEFA, does not hold an Olympic qualifying tournament, the only one of the confederations that doesn't, and instead just takes the top 3 finishers in the World Cup for Europe's 3 spots in the Olympic field. 6 European teams are still alive, England is already through, and the winners of Saturday's 2 quarterfinals are guaranteed a place in the semifinals, too. So if France loses today, it won't be going to Japan next summer, making a possible defeat doubly crushing. FIFA explains the rules here. It was difficult to avoid this week's Megan Rapinoe-Donald Trump contretemps, but if you somehow missed it, here is a Reader's Digest summary. At a photo shoot in January, Rapinoe told a writer that we're not going to the White House after the World Cup, times decorum requires me to drop the expletive, she added before White House. The clip was posted online this week, and came to the attention of President Trump. On Wednesday, he directed a 3-tweet blast at Rapinoe in which he chastised her for her refusal to go to the White House but warned her that she should never disrespect our country, the White House, or our flag. Rapinoe, who briefly knelt for the anthem in 2016, joining a social justice protest led by the former NFL player Colin Kaepernick, now stands silently when it is played before matches. On Thursday, at a news conference in which Rapinoe stood by her remarks, she was asked if she worried her statement about going to the White House and the response from President Trump might be a distraction on the eve of the biggest game in the tournament thus far. Rapinoe dismissed the premise. In fact, she suggested her statements might serve as motivation. I am not worried about destabilizing the dressing room, Rapinoe said. We have an incredibly strong dressing room. We very open with each other, obviously everyone knows who I am. But I did not make the comments at a news conference here. They were made months ago, and are just kind of resurfacing. So I think if anything, it just fires everybody up a little more. United States coach Jill Ellis stood by her player. The personality of our players I won't say thoughta s the norm, but ita s kind of part of the makeup of the players, she said. The elite people that live on a stage and are always probably under scrutiny. But I think this team has a remarkable focus. We all support Megan, she knows that. We know we have each other's back in there. I think for our players, there's only one purpose, one mission that we here, she added. Comments, media, whatever ita's always been something that we could block out pretty easily. France entered the World Cup, alongside the United States, as one of the favorites to lift the trophy in Lyon next weekend. But to do so it will have to overcome its history of underachieving in big events. Unlike the United States, France's women are not a traditional power in world soccer. The country did not qualify for the World Cup until 2003, promptly missed the next one in 2007, and has reached the semifinals only once, in 2011. Germany knocked the French out in the quarterfinals 4 years ago in Canada, the same stage at which the team exited the 2016 Olympics and the last 3 European Championships. We must not let the pressure get to us, France's coach, Corinne Diacre, said Thursday. We have had these defeats in quarterfinals that have been haunting us for a while. That might be the case again tomorrow night, we don't know that. But I think above all we need to focus on the match. We still have some things to prove. We know we have not been perfect since the start of the competition. We are aware of that. However, we will be close to perfection tomorrow night. Thoughta what we've been working on, thoughta what we've been discussing at length with the players, thoughta what we've been working toward. Talk is cheap, she added. But we have to go out there and prove that tomorrow night. While France is home to the best club team in the world, which employs the core of the national team, the country has never won a major international trophy. That lack of success has hovered over the team for more than a year, even as it posted strong results in friendlies. After France's men's team won the World Cup in Russia last summer, the expectations grew that the women should do the same on home soil. Of course it hurts, going out in the last World Cup in the quarterfinals, said Henry, France's captain. But I don't like to look backward. We want to move forward, and thoughta what we going to do. We've got motivation which is positive pressure, if you will because we are up against the reigning champions, the best team in the world. We want to write our own chapter in the history of the women's game.